So I want to talk about the exception to the rule. And what do I mean by the exception? In white America, we have been taught a stereotype of the black welfare queen with her fake hair and her fake nails and her fake eyelashes and driving her fancy car around and living in some high-rise ghetto Section 8 apartment complex that's drug-laden like something out of New Jack City. Boomer or your Gen X has learned that stereotype. So when we talk about welfare, when we talk about food stamps, when we talk about any of that, that is the immediate picture that comes to mind. The second picture that comes to mind is some illegal brown person that snuck their way in and somehow managed to get access without any documentation whatsoever to our food stamp program, which technically it's illegal for any of federal money to go to any of these people that are undocumented anyway, and never mind the fact they don't have the damn documentation. But that's the new stereotype that the racists in the Republican Party have been feeding you. The problem is, there's plenty of liberal Democrats like Central Park Karen that they talk the talk, they walk the walk, they even run for office. But when push comes to shove, they're going to vote with that racist bullshit to cut off everybody because they get the same picture in their mind because you're not white enough. Therefore, you should not be taking my hard-earned money. But the reality is 70%, almost 80% of the people on welfare, on subsistence, on freaking food stamps are white. Why do you keep having this stereotype in your mind? Because the bottom line is it's been fed to us since we were kids. You know 50 damn black people. You got them all on your Facebook. You know all of them in person. You used to work with a couple of them. You know them from church, or you know them from hanging out through your kids, or you know them through your neighborhood, and they're all great people. They're all great people. You don't actually know a bad black person. You can't even name a bad black person. In fact, the only bad black people you know are in the news, on the newspaper clippings with their face plastered out there. And you know how you know that they're black? Because the newspapers, online media puts them there up in your face, how you are sharing those awful pictures of those black and brown people. But when there's an article without any fucking picture, 9 times out of 10, you go look it up. Their mugshot is white. Because we've been fed this shit and we continue to feed each other that shit. That's how our society works. So you make an exception for those 50 good black people you know, and you don't know any bad black people, but you make an exception for all 50 of them. Think about every time you write an exception to your rule rather than taking the 50 good people you know, and changing your rule so that the exceptions are the bad people. Now you got to think about it. Peace.